This is page 25 in your notebook. We are going to talk about theorems that we use to prove that triangles are congruent. We don't have to know everything about the triangle to prove its congruency. The first thing we're going to talk about is side, side, side. If we know that 3 sides of one triangle are congruent to 3 sides of the other triangle, then we know that, ding, 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 the triangles are congruent. So, what that means is if AB is congruent to ED, and I say they're congruent because it's got 1 mark, and now I'm going to say BC, it has 2, and EF has 2, so they're congruent, and AC has 3, so it'll be congruent to DF. So I have 3 sides that are congruent, so that tells me that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. And it is very important that you label them correctly. So we're going to look at these triangles and determine if they meet the criteria for side, 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 and then what is congruent to each other. So this says in geometry language that PQ, I'm going to put 1 mark there, is congruent to ST, 1 mark there. QR, 2 marks there, is congruent to TR. R, right here, is the midpoint on line PS. So if R is the middle, that tells me that it cuts PS in half. So that means it is a side, side, side. We mark that with SSS. And now we need to find a triangle. We need to label them. I'm going to say PRQ is congruent. So I started at P, went down the 3 to the R, down to the Q. So I have to do the same thing here. Start at the S, over to the R, down to the T. So PRQ is congruent to SRT. If you wrote STR, that would be wrong. It has to be in the right order. All right, let's mark this guy up. JL is congruent to NM. Everybody gets 1. And let's see, K is the midpoint. So K is right in the middle of J and N. So between here. So these guys get 2. LM. So K is the middle in L and M also. So again, we have an SSS because I have all the sides marked. I'm going to start down at L, go up to J, down to K. So triangle LJK is congruent. Let's go. So if I start at L, L is at the corner of the 1 and 3. So I'm going to start with M. And then I went up the 1 line. So I got to go down N to K. So M, N, K. All right, let's do this last one. I'm going to actually color these in. They will make more sense if they're colored. So these are the 2 triangles I'm dealing with, the purple and the red. AC is congruent to AD, so they get 1 mark. That's what that says. CB, they get 2 marks, is congruent to BD, DB either way. So I only have an SS, and my rule does not say SS, it says SSS. But this line right here, the red and purple touch, so it has to be the same size. So it is an SSS. I'm going to call my triangle, the purple one, ACB. So I started at A, up to C, down to B. So if it has so this one will start at A, go down to D, and up to B. So that is our side, side, side. The next rule we're going to talk about is side, angle, side, SAS. So if the side AB is congruent to DE and the angle, angle B, is congruent to angle E, and line BC is congruent to EF, then that is enough information so that I can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. All right, let's mark this up. JM and LN are congruent. And this says angle JMN. So, sorry, yeah, so it's JMN. So it's talking about that angle right there is congruent to LNM. So that angle right there. And then because I'm a genius and I see that the red and purple touch each other right here, I'm going to put 2, which makes this SAS. So I'm going to say triangle JMN, so that's the purple one, is congruent to, I'm going to start with LNM. All right, let's look at this next one. AB is congruent to CB. BD bisects ABC. We know that bisect means cut in half, and it's talking about this whole thing is cut in half. So we will say that that angle is equal to that angle. And because I'm a genius in geometry, I see that they share a line, so I'm going to mark that. So I have an SAS, and it is triangle. I'm going to call purple ABD, which would mean we would call red CBD. All right. V is the midpoint of WZ. So if it's in the middle, it means it cuts it in half. It's also in the middle of these guys. It cuts it in half. And I know, because I'm a geometry genius, that vertical angles are congruent. So I have an SAS. We got to be careful when we label this one. This is a little different. I'm going to say the purple is WVX. It would be congruent to, so W is equal to the Z, and then I go VY. All right, last one. This one's difficult and not my favorite, but HI is congruent to JG. This means that they are parallel. When things are parallel, my alternate interior angles are congruent. I'm a genius, and I see that they share that line. So this is also an SAS. I'm going to say GJH is congruent to IHJ. All right, flip over to the next page. All right, this is page 27. We are going to determine which rule tells me that these are congruent, and then if they are congruent, I need you to finish my statements. So on this first one, purple, I have a side, angle, side marked, and a side, angle, side. So this is an SAS congruency, and I need you to tell me the name of the pink or red triangle that's congruent to QTY, and you need to do it in the correct order. Number 2, well, I have a side and a side, another side and another side, and this line is not marked, but they share it, so I know it's the same, which makes it an SSS. I need you to finish that statement right there. ABC is congruent to. So these triangles actually overlap. And I've got a side and an angle on the purple and a side and an angle on the red. And if we look, they share that bottom part. So I'm going to mark it. So this one is also an SAS. And I need you to finish the statement. This one, I have a side. And then I have a side. And then I have an angle. SSA is not SSS or SAS, so that doesn't work. So with the information I have been provided, I cannot prove that it's congruent. Number 5, I've got a side on each one, another side on each one, and they share that middle line. So I have side, 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 and I need you to tell me the statement. On this one, I know when I see these little marks that mean parallel that my alternate interior angles are congruent. That gives me a side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So this is an SAS. Finish my statement. This one, I have a side, then a side, then an angle. That's another side, side angle, which when that happens, we can't prove congruency. The angle has to be in between the two sides. If it were like that I just marked, it would be okay, but it's not. Last one, I can mark this right here because I'm a genius and I know that vertical angles are congruent. So now I have a side, angle, side, side, angle, side. SAS, you finish the statement. When you finish all these statements, you are done.